This morning in the kitchen, we are cooking with Chef Brian Halloran, making a Rhode Island and New England favorite, really, chowder.
How does it
We
get
love
better?
our chowder. All right, now you are an award-winning chef, so tell us, what was the award?
5 years running in Boston, Massachusetts. I got Boston Magazine's Best of Chowder Award, and it's a real easy recipe. It's indigenous to Newport, and I'll tell you how to make it.
Excellent. Yeah, we're making 2 chowders today. Is that
That's right?
Tell us about them and the ingredients that goes behind each one.
Well, the first one is a clear chowder. Being that time of year, I thought it would be good if we had something a little bit less creamy and buttery.
Smart thinking.
And then the next one is going to be the Newport style, which you see a lot of butter and dill, which is only found in the Newport region. There's all sorts of different chowders up and down the coast, so we'll try 2 of them today.
And what are some of the things besides the dill and the cream that you mentioned?
Sure. Well, the real star of the show, excuse me, Michaela.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, is the Rhode Island quahog. So we're going to be opening those, chopping them up, and putting them into the chowder.
These are huge.
Yes. Yeah. Careful, they bite.
Okay.
And like any chowder, it's potatoes, onions, either bacon, fat, or salt pork.
Okay.
In this case, in the clear chowder, we're going to use a little bit of bacon, then we'll drain off the fat. And then it'll be onions, potatoes, a little bit of celery,
wow,
the clear broth, and of course the clams that'll get chopped up and placed inside the chowder.
Can't wait.
For the Newport one, of course, we're going to be having cream.
Yep.
And
that dill that you mentioned?
Yeah, nice fresh flavors to it. Just
Good
a touch
to
of
keep in
salt
mind.
and pepper. And there you go. Real easy ingredients.
Right.
It'll be on the website, so you can take a look at the ingredient
Fabulous.
list.
Took the words right out of my mouth. It'll be on the website. We're going to start cooking things up in just a bit. Back to you.
Okay, this morning on the job, the Eyewitness News Job Fair is tomorrow at the Crown Plaza in Warwick, where dozens of local employees will be on hand to meet the job seekers. Joining me this morning with tips to help you make a good impression is Bob Nealon from Robert Half International Staffing Firm in Providence. Good morning, Bob. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Pleasure to be here.
everybody is, there's so many people out of work. It's the beginning of the year, and everybody's saying now is the best time to go to these job fairs.
Well, yeah, I think 2012 started off to a very strong start. We had a good number of 200,000 jobs added to the economy in a month, and unemployment's down to 8.5%, which is the lowest it's been since March 2009. So I think the economy's looking a little bit stronger.
Now, how should someone prepare for going to one of these job fairs? I mean, there can be a lot of people there. It can be confusing for people. What's the best advice on that?
Well, first thing, you got to do your homework. I think get a list of companies of people who are going to be at the fair. Do your research. Have a good amount of information on these companies so that you can make an impression from that perspective. Get the resume in order, cleaned up, no grammatical errors. Have some ROI and value add type of statements where companies would be attracted to. And then also just have a quick little elevator pitch. You're going to have real short stints to talk to these folks, 30, 45 seconds. Right. So introduce yourself, what you're looking for, and how you can potentially add value to the company.
Now, I've heard so much about resumes. When you go to these, career fairs and everything else, is it best to have someone do your resume for you? Or should you go out and, some people want to do it on the cheap because they can't afford it. Is it best to do it yourself?
Yeah, I think it's good to get advice and maybe get a couple different opinions, but I always think it's best to do yourself because you actually can have the personal touch to it. When you have people review it and then do the resume for you, I don't think there's things that can be missed and things that can be oversight as well. So doing yourself is always best.
And I also heard that some people are adding pictures to their resume.
They are, yeah. I think it's a kind of a newer thing that people are seeing. I think the traditional style is still the most conservative way and the thing that is seen as the most professional. So I think our coach would be the non-pitcher side. But yeah, we are starting to see that.
Okay, so you go to the job fair, you meet up with a potential employer. I mean, you don't want to look desperate. Like that you're desperate for a job, correct?
Yeah, I think it's important to look professional. Obviously going with the business suit and have the professional appearance. I think knowing a little bit about their organization or their company and not going overboard. Just a couple quick facts or some things that would kind of separate you from other potential people that they're going to meet that day and kind of show them that you're there and you're serious about your job search.
And should you grab everybody's business cards and thank you cards afterwards?
Absolutely. It's one of the most important things. Sending the follow-up piece, connecting on LinkedIn, small emails. If there's a particular opportunity you're really excited about, maybe do some additional research and follow up with that information to that employer so you can stick out from everybody else.
And do you make phone calls afterwards and call the person who you met with?
For things I'm very interested in, yes. I mean, it depends upon the availability and the process for folks and their hiring, but I think a phone call never hurts as well, so that's definitely a good tip as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in.
Not a problem.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. You can read all more of these tips right at WPRI.com.